I believe comfortability and subjectivity would show a correlation between each other because somebody is not willing to hear an opinion or potentially partake in a discussion without either one willing to partake in something they may find uncomfortable to gain insight or find it within their comfortability or something that they already personally believe. In my personal experience, any video I've seen that may critique the church or may critique religion in general, you will find people in there willing to go to bat for this, for their opinion, that they believe that their religion is correct and they believe their religion is real, and they will go on and on and on, and they will prattle on, and they will defend it and defend it and defend it. And I'm not here to say they're incorrect or wrong. I'm just personally saying you, both sides are attacking each other's uncomfortability. The religious person's uncomfortability is a life without religion. And another person, and the unreligious side, the atheists or just people who just don't conform to religion, their uncomfortability is a life of religion. So each other is just attacking each other's uncomfortability, just attacking and attacking it, while trying to maintain and defend their own opinion, which is their comfortability. Whether again and again, I'm not here to say they're right or wrong. I'm just personally saying it doesn't entirely make sense to do such when at the end of it, you're going to have to live through this. Meaning the religious person is going to have to live that life that they described of. Well, hopefully. Most religious people don't live according to their own word, but their religious text. But that's a topic for another day. And those non-religious people are going to have to live the life that they described. So now you two have both argued and you've gone through this diss of just basically throwing it back in another person. Here, 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 here. Now what? Now what have we done? Where do we go from here? Are you two now willing to come to a compromise? Are you two willing to come to an understanding? No. Every video I've seen on somebody having even the slightest critique is always met with backlash. It's always met with some form of that's wrong. And it's always felt, and I always feel like it's coming from a place of absoluteness. That I'm right, you're wrong. When in both cases, either of us could be wrong on a given day. It just depends. Whichever, whoever of us is right isn't what we're supposed to be focusing on. If we want to talk about issues, we can talk about certain issues. I don't believe, this might be a slight off tangent, but I don't believe whether you believe in a religion or don't believe in a religion is going to be the end all be all for each other. We have bigger problems in this world outside of religion about what you decide to put your faith in. We have bigger problems in this world to be deciding that, to be arguing about which religion is real, which we have bigger things to be worrying about. We have better things to be worrying about. But that's another form of comfortability. Those other issues to some people are not bigger than their religion. It doesn't matter. Gentrification, that is not a real thing. The problem with AI, that's not a real thing to them, or it's not a big thing to them as compared to somebody demeaning their religion. While a non-religious person may feel like gentrification or miseducation is a bigger problem than arguing about a religion. And I'm not here to say either side is wrong, because each side comes with their own opinions and own life experiences on how they got to this point. But what I am saying is each viewpoint comes from a sense of subjectivity which aligns with comfortability. I think the best example of this is hearing men express themselves. That will show you where comfortability and subjectivity really relies in, where it really lies in. especially if the person or the guy that's speaking on it has money. There is no world I can see somebody, a person with money, especially a man, express themselves or express how they're personally feeling or what they're going through unless they have a history of it without going through backlash or feeling or somebody feeling the need to attack them. And money is always brought up into it. And that's where it shows the uncomfortability side. The person is speaking about their uncomfortabilities of going through this mental problem. And the person seeing it and feeling the need to comment on it will bring up something that they feel uncomfortable about. Whether it's his excess of money. He has a lot of money. He shouldn't be complaining about this certain situation. Or why does he feel the need to express himself? Bottle it up. Hearing, and this doesn't concern rich men. We can talk about men in general. Hearing a man express himself and actually speak confidently or speak in general on what he's feeling or how he's feeling. Nah. You'll see how quickly people are willing to actually have this conversation or willing to even hear other people out. Because to some people, it just sounds like bitching. To some people, hearing a man express their feelings and hear a man express how they truly feel or hear what they actually might be going through just sounds like bitching. Okay, you going through this, cool, now what? What are you going to do from here? You going to move, what's your next move from here? If you don't have one, then shut up. That's how some people genuinely feel. And to a certain extent, they're not essentially wrong. You can complain and you can express yourself and you can speak on how you feel. But if there's no plan from it, you're just complaining. If there's no plan or no plan of action to move on from this mental health or to move on from what you're going through or this trauma that you may be going through, if there's no plan to move on or to move past this or to elevate, all it is complaining. But I still feel like you are within your right to express yourself and to get it off your chest. Because by speaking it out loud or writing it out, you let go of any power it has over you. Because you've confessed it. You've already said how it feels. You've said how it makes you feel. I guess just moral. This is a short one, but just moral of it. Subjectivity and comfortability are very closely aligned with each other. You can't have one without the other because to be able to be comfortable could come with or is what along the same path of acceptance or being open to hear somebody's opinion. And without that comfortability, you shell up. You don't want to hear somebody's opinion on this. You don't feel comfortable hearing somebody speak on this because you don't feel like they are well educated or they just don't have the proper opinion or they just don't have the mental capacity to speak on whatever situation it is. Like personally, I don't feel the need to do this, but I see a lot of men when the topic of essay comes up to defend their character. And I'm not saying they're wrong for it, because in some situations, a generalization makes it feel like you're being attacked for a crime you didn't commit. And I get the example, oh, if you didn't do it, you wouldn't say it. I get it. I understand it. But you got to look at it from another perspective. I'm being attacked or I'm being grouped with a bunch of other people who've committed a crime that I have never even thought of. So how would me and this same person, just because we share a pair of balls, not actually, but because we both have balls, me and him can be grouped in the same scenario. We could both be grouped in the same case. That doesn't seem fair to me. And I'm not saying they're wrong for this. The hit dog on holler is not always going to specifically attach itself to every situation. There are some cases where a guy speaking will reveal how he really is, but there are some guys who feel the need to defend themselves, not because they've done it, because they feel attacked. They feel attacked for a crime they never did, they didn't do. and they're just attacking that uncomfortability. They're just attacking that side that, not that side of them at all. It's not them. But they're attacking that label that can be placed on them that they didn't even do. If that makes any sense, they're attacking the label of you are now grouped along with. Mm-mm, I'm not grouped with nobody. I'm not grouped with nobody. But yeah, this took a while. What time is it? It took me 40 minutes to get this shit done.